In our previous videos, we have talked about how colors can add much more meaning to your designs and how they can add to the visual aesthetics and the look and feel of your designs. But how do we actually pick those colors? That's the question. So in this video, we are going to talk about that. Welcome to the Design Tech Show. This is Shahzad Kazmi, your host, and today we are talking about colors and how to pick them. So the first method which I use and which many designers use is just sampling the colors out of the pictures. So your UI design would contain certain images, of course, because all text UIs are very boring and they look very dull. So your UI would have some images in them. So why not choose the colors from those pictures? In that way your design would be more consistent. So that process is called sampling colors, and many design builders and design tools like Figma and XD, they already have this tool of color picker. So what you can do is you can just go on to that picture, and one pro tip which I would give is that first you should blur that picture about 40%, because that actually blends all the colors in that picture, and then you can see, and then you can only see the primary colors. Because if you see the picture just like how it is, it has got a lot of shades of colors, and that's not good for you, because then every pixel is different. But when you blur that image, those shades just combine into one primary color, and those primary colors are what we need. So I recommend blurring that image by about 50 to 60%. In that way those primary colors just pop out, and you can just go on, use that color picker tool and create a palette out of those primary colors. And then once you are done, you can just unblur that image. So by using that, you have got a color palette which already matches to the visual elements you are going to use in your UI, and you can just use them. Of course, you have to test them out and just figure out which combination of those colors work, but this is how you can sample colors out of the images you are using in your UI. One more method is fine-tuning colors. So of course, the colors you would choose sometimes would not be how you wanted them. So what can be done? Well, you can set the base criteria from those sampled colors, but then you can fine-tune them accordingly. So if you chose a shade of gray or a shade of black which is very dark, you sample that out from the visual elements in your UI. What you can do is you can fine-tune that color in the color settings by changing the brightness, hues and saturation, HSB. So you can alter these settings and just get the color you want. And the best part is, even after those changes, that shade, that color would still be somehow connected to the visual element you derived it from, because it is generally another shade of that color. So in this way you can fine-tune that color to your liking while preserving its connection to those visual elements and maintaining the consistency. So this is fine-tuning of colors. This is another neat trick. And then of course there's the color hunt. If you don't want to collect the colors from the images, what you can do is you can always go and find some inspiration. There are many websites out there to get inspiration from. My favorite ones are Dribble and Behance. They have got a lot of UI and interface designs related mockups there. They are very pretty, but they can be very overwhelming. So keep your product and UI in mind and choose accordingly. And then you can just go there, use certain plugins of certain browsers. Like I use Colorzilla on Chrome. That's an amazing tool just to pick those colors out, and then I derive my inspiration from those designs and apply them on my own designs. Sometimes you don't have the choice or the permission to choose colors because of certain brand guidelines. Some companies have their own branding colors, so you have to use those colors and stick to them while designing the website. So this is a difficult task, because then you have to keep that color in there somehow, make it primary while creating a palette of your own. So this process seems very easy, but it's the most difficult one. Like somehow you have to have that brand color, that brand identity in that user interface. So this is how you can choose your colors for the UI. And again, colors are very key and elemental for every design because of their visual nature and their associated emotions. Because selecting colors means you are selecting emotions of people, because people already have emotions. A flower looks very good because of those colors associated, however an insect doesn't look. So colors are very elemental. These are the 4 ways: sampling, fine-tuning, and stealing, or as I call it, hunting for colors, and using the brand colors which are provided to you. So these are the 4 ways we can choose colors, and this was all about colors. We'll be talking about more things in the future videos, so stay tuned. This was Shadik Kazmi, and I'll see you in the next one.